That your life is not just about ambition, wealth, or recognition. It's about service, love, and becoming who you were created to be. Dreams without goals are just dreams, illusions that feel good in the moment, but fade with time. They give us a temporary sense of purpose, but without direction, they lead nowhere. A dream, no matter how powerful or inspiring, cannot transform your life unless it's backed by action. That action begins by breaking the dream into achievable, measurable goals. Goals are the roadmap that take you from where you are to where you want to be. They give structure to your ambition and provide clear steps you can follow. Day by day, vision is essential. It sets your eyes on the horizon. But vision without a strategy is like sailing without a compass. You might drift, but you won't arrive. A dream to become successful, for example, is not enough. What kind of success? In what field? By when? With what skills? You must define the what and how. You need to identify milestones, set deadlines, and stay committed to progress, even when the process gets hard or slow. Goals anchor your dream to reality. They help you track growth, adapt when needed, and remain accountable. Consistent effort is the fuel. Without it, your goals are just words on paper. You must show up every day, even when it's uncomfortable. You must be willing to work when no one is watching, to improve when no one is clapping, and to keep going when everything tells you to quit. Success isn't an accident. It's built brick by brick, with discipline, patience, and belief. So, dream big, but never forget. Your dream only becomes real when you break it down into goals, and you chase those goals with relentless effort. Put God first in everything you do, not just when life is difficult, but especially when things are going well. True success begins with spiritual alignment. When you put God at the center of your life, your actions become rooted in purpose rather than pressure. You stop living to impress others and start living to fulfill a deeper calling. Spiritual grounding gives you clarity in confusion, peace in chaos, and strength in weakness. It reminds gratitude grows when you recognize the blessings you've been given, even in small things. And that gratitude, when combined with faith, becomes a powerful tool. It gives you resilience during setbacks. You stop asking why me, and start asking what is this teaching me? When life hits hard, when you're rejected, when you fail, when things fall apart, your faith becomes your anchor. It keeps you steady while the storm passes. You begin to understand that delay is not denial, and that closed doors often lead to better opportunities prepared just for you. Faith also teaches humility. It helps you remember that while your talent, effort, and discipline matter, they are not everything. You didn't wake up today on your own. Every breath, every moment, is a gift. And when you walk through life with that awareness, your decisions change. You lead with integrity. You treat others with respect. You give more than you take. Putting God first doesn't make life easier, but it does make life clearer. It provides direction when the path seems lost, and comfort when the journey gets lonely. In everything you do, your work, your relationships, your goals, start by honoring the source that gave you the ability to dream in the first place. Everything else will follow. Is this conversation helpful so far? Fail big, but fall forward. That means don't fear failure, fear standing still. Fear living a life so safe, so cautious, that you never stretch your potential. The truth is, no one achieves anything great without taking risks. Playing it safe may keep you comfortable, but it also keeps you small. The people who make a difference, the innovators, the leaders, the trailblazers, are the ones who dared to try, even when success wasn't guaranteed. They understood that failure is not something to avoid, but something to learn from. Every failure carries a lesson. Every fall reveals something about your strength, your limits, and your next step. When you fall forward, not backward into regret or self-doubt, but forward into growth and wisdom. Falling forward means you're still moving, still trying, still pushing. It means you haven't given up. You're gaining experience that can't be taught, only lived. The pain of failure is temporary, but the growth it offers is permanent. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about what you do each time you hit the ground. Will you rise stronger, smarter, more focused? Or will you let that moment define you? Falling forward is about mindset. It's about resilience. It's about choosing to use your mistakes as fuel, not excuses. The path to success is paved with setbacks. And if you're not failing sometimes, you're probably not trying hard enough. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't fear embarrassment. Don't avoid the hard route. Take the shot. Make the move. If you fall forward, because even in failure, you're still on the path to greatness. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It's what turns intention into action, and action into results. You can have the biggest dreams in the world, the clearest goals, and all the talent, but without discipline, none of it will matter. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It's what gets you out of bed early, keeps you focused when distractions come, and pushes you to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Talent may get you noticed, but discipline is what keeps you progressing. It's the difference between potential and performance. Daily habits, repeated over time, shape the direction of your life. They may seem small, even insignificant at times. Waking up early, reading a few pages, putting in an hour of focused work. choosing to eat right or train, but those small decisions, stacked day after day, create the foundation of success. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's not about intensity for one day, but about commitment over weeks, months, and years. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly, behind the scenes. When no one is watching, many people quit not because they lack the goal, but because they lack the discipline to pursue it every single day. Discipline teaches you to do the hard things, the things others avoid, and that gives you an edge. It builds mental strength. It builds integrity, because you're learning to keep the promises you make to yourself. The real transformation doesn't come from inspiration, it comes from repetition. If you want to see change, don't just dream, build discipline. That's the bridge between where you are now and where you're meant to be. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, because talent alone is never enough. You might be the most naturally gifted person in the room, but if you're not willing to put in the hours, the sweat, the effort, someone with half your ability but twice your drive will surpass you. Talent gives you a head start, but hard work determines how far you go. It's easy to rely on natural gifts to coast because things come easy at first, but when the real challenges come, when competition rises, when pressure builds, only your work ethic will carry you through. Hard work builds resilience. It builds habits. It builds strength that talent cannot replace. Talent is something you're born with, a starting point, but hard work is something you choose every day. It's staying up late to master your craft. It's doing the extra reps, the extra study, the extra preparation that no one else is willing to do. It's showing up even when you're tired, even when no one is watching, even when you feel like quitting, because that's what separates the ordinary from the exceptional. Your work ethic becomes your reputation. It speaks when you're not in the room. It defines your character. People may admire your talent, but they respect your hustle. And when you combine talent with relentless hard work, you become unstoppable. But if you rely on talent alone, eventually you get stuck, because effort is what creates excellence, not just ability. So never get comfortable. Never assume your gift is enough. Stay hungry. Stay humble. Keep grinding, even when it's hard, even when it's thankless. Because your legacy won't be built by what you were born with. It will be built by what you do with it. Success is measured by impact, not income. Because a truly meaningful life is not defined by how much you earn, but by how much you give, how deeply you inspire, and how many lives you touch. Making money is not wrong. It's a tool, and it can open doors. But when income becomes the only goal, you begin to chase something shallow and fleeting. Money can buy comfort, but it can't buy purpose. It can fill your pockets, but it can't fill your soul. The people we admire the most in history are rarely remembered for their wealth. They're remembered for the difference they made in the world. Around them, true success is when your presence leaves a positive impact, when your work uplifts others, and when your life becomes an example of integrity and contribution. Your influence can change someone's mindset. Your kindness can restore someone's faith. Your actions, even the small ones, can ripple outward and create effects far beyond what you can see. And when your life is lived with intention, when you serve not just yourself but others, that's when you discover a deeper kind of success, one that cannot be measured by dollars or status. Integrity matters. How you treat people matters. Whether you use your success to uplift others or just elevate yourself matters. Titles fade, but impact lasts. You don't need a spotlight to make a difference. Sometimes, the greatest success is found in quiet moments, mentoring someone, supporting your family, lifting up a struggling friend, or using your platform for good. That's what gives your life weight. That's what creates legacy. So aim high, build wealth, create opportunities. But never forget, your greatest success will not be counted in what you have, but in what you give, who you help, and the good you leave behind. Stay humble on the climb, because no matter how high you rise, how much success you achieve, or how far you go, it's essential to remember where you came from. Your beginnings, your struggles, and the people who helped you along the way are all part of your foundation. Forgetting them can cause you to lose your grounding, and once that happens, it's easy to fall. Humility doesn't mean you downplay your achievements. It means you recognize that your journey is bigger than just you. It means staying grateful, staying grounded, and always being willing to learn. Success can be a powerful thing, but it can also feed ego if you're not careful. The more recognition you get, the easier it becomes to believe you've made it on your own. But the truth is, no one climbs alone. There are teachers, friends, mentors, family, even strangers who played a part in your growth. Humility means acknowledging that truth. That keeps you teachable, open to feedback, willing to improve, and aware that no matter how much you know, there's always more to learn. The moment you think you've figured it all out is the moment you stop growing. Respect doesn't come just from accomplishments, it comes from how you treat people, especially when you're in a position of power or influence. People don't remember titles as much as they remember kindness. They won't always remember what you achieved, but they will remember how you made them feel. Humility builds connection, and connection builds trust. So climb, chase your goals with passion, build your dreams with dedication, but never lose sight of your roots. Let humility be your compass. Let it remind you that leadership is about service, and success is an opportunity to uplift others, not just yourself. When you stay humble, even at the top, you gain something greater than success. You gain respect, purpose, and lasting impact. Keep pushing, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because the moments that test you the most are often the ones right before something shifts, something opens, something changes. Life will challenge you in ways you never expected. It will knock you down, delay your progress, and sometimes feel like it's working against you. But what you have to understand is this: your greatest growth happens during your toughest trials. It's in the pressure that diamonds are formed, and it's in the struggle that strength is built. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when you question your path, your purpose, even your worth. But that's exactly when you must keep moving. Not because it's easy, but because what lies ahead is worth the pain. You are stronger than the moment you're in. You've survived things before that you thought would break you. And if you look closely, you'll see that every past struggle prepared you for the next challenge. Breakdowns are not signs of weakness. They're part of the process. They strip away the false beliefs, the fears, the noise, and they leave behind a clearer, more resilient version of you. Right after your lowest point, something new begins. The key is not to give up before you get there. Most people quit when things get uncomfortable. But the ones who succeed, the ones who rise, are the ones who keep pushing through the pain, the silence, the uncertainty. Progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet persistence, showing up, trying again, refusing to quit. It's putting one foot in front of the other, even if your steps feel small. Every effort counts. Every moment of endurance builds momentum, so don't let temporary pain stop you from reaching permanent growth. Keep pushing, keep believing, because your breakthrough might be just one more push away. So as you move forward in life with your dreams, your goals, and your challenges, remember this: success, it isn't built in comfort. It's built in discipline, in faith, in failure, and in perseverance. Put God first, stay humble, work relentlessly, and never let temporary setbacks define your future. You were not made to live an average life. You were made for impact, for purpose, and for greatness. The journey won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it if you refuse to quit. Keep going. Your future is waiting.